he would attempt any long-distance field goals that Cignetti elects to try tonight. Well, check that. He boots it to the 1-yard line and a chance for a return. And Marion breaks through one tackle. Opponent's plays as he tries to use his film study. And Fletcher gets the first handoff. And Fletcher off the left side barrels forward, picks up about 1,000-yard rusher on the season. 2nd and 1. They pitch it to the perimeter. Malachi Toney gets a block, and the speedster,
who's in this area, has to have a big night in coverage.
He had that pick 6 to electrify the. Dawson said how he calls these second down plays is crucial to avoid those 3rd and longs. Beck looking to throw, has plenty of time, retreating, and fires it into the bench.
With simulated pressure, instead of rushing here, you're going to drop out into the flat. Beck with that motion, that's where he wants to go. You got a couple different defenders. You can see the confusion with that simulated pressure. They end up really dropping.
Winning drive. Toney's in the backfield and slips out. He's got the football, but not enough for a first down.
Put up well on early downs, get him to 3rd and long, and then be able to play zone with attacking linebackers and safeties getting downhill. Take away any threat downfield, make them have to throw it in front, and then rally to the football. That's what they.
Roman Hemby is the back, lined up to Mendoza's right in the end zone. They fake it to him, pitch to the edge, and the catch is made by Omar Cooper Jr., who slips a tackle and is going to be shoved out of bounds.
Really embodies this Miami defense, the heart and soul at the nickel.
And there's a handoff, running right, Hemby knocked down. Tackling is going to be
becoming a real strength, one of the top defenses in the country.
He worked for Cignetti at James Madison, Heatherman did. Mendoza checks it down. This is Hemby, shoved out aggressively. These kind of situations better than anybody. Haynes brings some pressure. Mendoza on the move, scanning, chase down, and a desperation heave into the bench.
He's undersized for as far as Miami's defenders are concerned off the edge, 230 pounds. But watch him knock the back, Hemby down, and then the pressure's able to get to Mendoza. We just talked about IU's been playing on their terms. Miami wants to make them feel this. Get him to
this enough pressure. Mitch McCarthy to punt it. Malachi Toney on the receiving end of a line drive punt. Driven back, has it at the 32. Toney just needs a little space. A flag comes in on.
There's the penalty right in the middle. Just grabs on, brings him down right in front of the returner. Easier for the officials to be all over that one.
Cam Pruitt is a true freshman on special.
Struggling. The guy is a winner. And again, he's going to have to play well tonight.
Fletcher off the right side. They're more successful running the formula to win this game. They'll take 4 on first down. Fletcher again. Indiana's so good at penetrating the backfield. That's big mark.
Yeah, and we just kind of talked about this matchup right here with 61. Maui Noah. Look at that work. You get to the edges as a defensive lineman, and you're able to finish. And
tight end to the left side. Keelan Marion comes in motion. Beck has plenty of time again. Across the middle into traffic. It's broken up.
Field, so he was able to kind of sink and just kind of stay right within the structure of the defense. See, typically there's a receiver that's going downfield to back him up, but there's nobody there to threaten him, so he doesn't lose much depth. He's able to break. Would not be surprised at all.
Mendoza straight back, flushed a bit, pressured, retreating. Flag comes out as he heaves it on the sidelines, and chased to his right twice.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough battle for 67. Benson's a good player, but he's going up against an elite player. You talk about Pittsburgh in the draft. I mean, 4 is the guy you want to watch. And 3.
Been Bain with the game plan for him. See what the Hoosiers do to adjust. Quick throw across the middle, catch made, and running after it is Cooper. Cooper! Breaking tackles out across the 40.
A slow developing RPO. He's reading Torre right here. You make the decision. Is he coming up? Is he staying down? He sees movement up, so that gives him the quick glance route right there. Get the ball out, give him a chance to protect himself, gets off of that would-be.
Trouble spot tonight for the Canes with shorthanded and already a couple missed tackles by that secondary. This is Halon Black falling. Established over 15 games in a championship game. Static in the brain, things can just be a little bit different. You see, it's been used to describe Indiana. There's a pitch to the edge. That's Surratt with a stiff arm there on each.
What Mendoza does, free access, you're going to stay off as a corner, he's going to take it. That was a run play with an alert tag, and every single time Mendoza either sees inside leverage on an outcut or a soft corner, he aborts, gets off the run play, takes the hit down.
Surratt, such a weapon, FBS leader with 15 touchdown receptions. This is Hemby, quick burst up the middle. 2nd and 7, pocket closing in, but Mendoza stands and delivers. It's another first down strike for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, Nowakowski's here, but watch the quarterback, Mendoza's eyes. He works to the left. He thinks he's got the outcut. He comes off of it quickly, almost like a check down right there to Nowakowski. See the eyes? He thinks he might go. Instead, where's that check down? Boom, ball out quickly. And again, another first down. Indiana right now looking good.
6 start for Mendoza. Play fake, pitch to the edge. Surratt again, easy.
Going to continue to go at it. They're going to mix the run. Corners are dropping, no problem. It's like basically an extension of their run game. They're just going to take 5, 7, 8 yards. Make Miami Mark Cooper and company.
Empty backfield first time tonight. 5 receivers for Mendoza. Pressure off the edge. He got hammered on the blind side. The pass is incomplete.
Empty, and he's able to sneak out. Blind side. Never really felt that. Good job. A big part of this tonight with Mendoza.
Describes his style, Kirk, as fast and violent. He didn't fit that play. On 3rd down, trying to run for it with Black, and Black bursts for a first down.
Smith, it's almost a triple team. Watch this right here. Watch this movement. All 3 of them work up to the backer. Didn't even need to get to the backer. 3 of them on one, and you saw Black just running downhill with anger when he runs the football.
Feed it to him again. Stutter step. Knocked down after a short.
The chin strap and the face mask. Watch 8. After carrying out the fake, instead of laying off, boom, hits him. Again, when they get their chances, they want to lay the wood. And you see right there, they're sending a message early in this game.
Very, very luckless
player, or is it because he's carrying out a fake?
He's not defenseless, but at the same time, that hit was totally unnecessary and could have easily been a foul.
Miami showing some pressure. They bring it. Pitch to the end zone and fought for it down there. Nice breakup.
Yeah, it's a matchup we want to see with Xavier Lucas out of the game. Frederic is not surprised at all with the ability to get his head turned around and get in position, and they will allow the corner to get handsy if his head is locating the football. 29 does a...
From 34 yards. Indiana with the quarterback. Hoosiers on top. Miami fortunate to avoid a targeting against Jacoby Thomas. Bill LeMonnier, is that worthy of a targeting flag?
Yeah, he came in with, the first view, I didn't see that part of it. I thought it was just a late hit. But this one here, he came in crown of the helmet.
I'm with Bill. I'm surprised we didn't see a flag come down. But I think carrying out the fake, quarterback is in play. Maybe they held the flag because of that.
Gillen Marion. The kickoff return out across the 25. Back looking to throw on first down. Loops it, and it's tipped and incomplete. Hoosier do some.
Carson Beck, usually you're reading the corner. That time Moore was playing that corner. He was up tight, and I think that's why he thought he could.
So 2nd and 10. Beck zips it far sideline again. Pass broken up by D'Angelo Pons.
Watch the technique. Watch the right arm come up, and then see how quickly is able to drive back on the ball. It's a really nice technique that he uses here. It's not interference, just kind of measuring where that receiver is, and then because he reacts so quickly, he's right there where he needs to be able to knock that ball away. That's perfect.
All over Miami receivers, conceding nothing. 3rd and long, pressure comes. Beck's going to be racked up and sacked by Aiden Fisher.
And he's just going to come right up the middle, able to get pressure. Fletcher, who's usually pretty solid on 3rd down in pass protection, 4-on-4, he just shakes it, goes right around him, and comes.
Hemby running left. He'll be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Rubin.
What a job first with the club. Watch the right arm club 37. Boom! Right there. And now it's a foot race. Keep in mind, this guy's 270 pounds. They say he practices at 1 speed. same speed, game speed every single day. And you can see how it pays off for him. He's having a monster.
First down. Hand it right off into the teeth, and that's big Ahmad Moten.
You forget about what's going on in the interior with the speed that they have, and these guys are healthy now. Look at that. Just olays them. This is an offensive line that we've been practicing.
You got a speed rush package in here. Bain Mesidor, Lightfoot, and Blunt. And it's a screen. Long way to go for Hemby, who's going to be knocked down. Murphy rolls and boots it. And Toney has a chance here. And he slips as he tries to make a cut. Did he go down? Toney's still running. Incredible balance. If he did stay.
Miraculous effort. He slid. There,
nope.
He's down.
He's down.
There he's down.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I know he's agile. I know.
Get back to that run game.
And they do hand it off on first down. You know, Shannon Dawson told.
Not that he doesn't have that ability, but they much prefer to run the ball.
When he used a little tempo, he said tonight. This is a pitch to Daniels and the veteran, former on third down, Kirk.
There's that quick huddle you're talking about.
Marty Brown tests the middle and is pushed right.
Flynn ready to go. Here's the backer is on coming down from the second level. Kamara's going to work his way around, so you'll see both these guys make this tackle. 4 and boom, 6. Good job of using that movement up front, effective communication. Kamara gets free to help out with Aiden Fisher to keep him short of the sticks.
Indiana's defense so good at setting the tone in these first halves of the game, how dominant they are. They put the offense in great position, and they've done so again. Huge in the game. Think about that, right? That's how locked in on how accurate he's been. Surratt, again, easy access. Kane's playing off
there. It's a running play with an alert. As Mesidor tries to get up, tries to get in there to touch it, does not. Ball's able to get out there. Toure came down, so he thought he had a quick route, but I'll tell you what, 29 right now is playing very, very well. He got away with a grab there with the left arm, grabbing onto Surratt, but he's tight and he's in phase, and he's got his eyes on the quarter.
He's the lone holdover from last year's secondary. That was a disaster for the Canes. Frederic was a freshman All-American, though. Catch made, and still kind of pinballing around there is Nowakowski. Tough dude in the first play. Black is the back on third down, and Indiana no trouble picking up what Miami could not. Hoosiers have lost one fumble, and it was back against Old Dominion very, very early in the season. They simply don't make mistakes. Toughness certainly part of the equation for the Heisman winners. A second down run, not much.
Run game. Eventually, you're going to see them take shots.
Pitch, and it's incomplete. Flag comes in. It's right in front of
Pass
Signetti.
interference, number 29. Defense, spot foul, automatic, first down.
Bill, quickly, the difference between that and the previous ones where he's been pretty handsy on some of the other covers as well.
He's got a restriction there that's prevented.
Happy with the non-calls early in the game. So, Indiana in Miami territory and unable to escape. Ahmad Moten, Hemby that.
With Coogan, the Rose Bowl MVP, right in the middle. These guys have been going at it a lot already. Moten has made a few plays where he's been able to get around Coogan, who's very gifted.
Cooper is in the backfield, now motions out on 2nd and 14. And they run it again right into the teeth. Hemby not.
Hey, this is just a play into the interior. He's way out here. But this gives you an idea of his suddenness. Plays downhill, boom. He's able to finish on it. I mean, he really has instincts of a linebacker and vision of a linebacker. He's just playing off the edge at 200.
Speed rush package in the game. Mendoza running out of time, and it's too high.
Uncharacteristically has been bringing a lot of pressure, dialing up a lot more blitzes than we've seen from them all year. 7 of the 13 plays have been blitzes when he's dropped back. No opponent more than 50.
Cooper comes in motion, handoff up the middle, and barreling for a first down and more is Kaylon Black.
Linebackers walked up here. Watch the block right here by 62. He's got an angle, able to push it kick it to the inside, and they got downhill in a hurry.
Miami trying to get set up as they snap it with some tempo. Cooper, the catch on the edge, and Indiana here the red zone.
Yeah, great job here. It surprised all of us, right, Chris? I mean, who's expecting on 3rd and long a run? It hit so quickly downhill by Mike Shanahan.
It's been Black, who now hits 1,000 yards with that run at the hot hand. Again, huge cushion, and Becker makes the catch, fights down.
Try to make a tackle, 29. He just kind of gives up on the play. Does he stay in bounds? Nope, he's out of bounds right there. But what a job. Once again, Mendoza saw the cushion that you mentioned and just took it. Came off the run, took this, and now instead of tackling, they're trying to just get the football. The foot is obviously out of bounds. Very poor effort by O.J. Frederick there on trying to make that tackle. Watch 29. There's the cushion. Easy first down. Poor effort there by 29, and then great effort by Becker, who's
6 O-linemen in the game. It's Becker who comes across in motion. Black met in the hole and picks up about a yard. Black spun down at the 1.
Hey, that's what they do. Again, watch how hard these guys run. There's the double team trying to get up to the backer. Reminds me of Isaiah.
Once again, lined up behind Nowakowski. They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in. Touchdown, Indiana. A dominant start here for the #1 team. His very first carry was successful. Since then, Indiana has smothered the run game. This is Fletcher again. They do a great job at kind of driving. Fletcher on 2nd and 5. Tripped off. Looked like he had a gap there.
Him down, that's what I saw. I don't think he got a hand up there. I think he was getting blocked by Malachi Toney, and just that leg lifts it up and brings him down right there.
Yeah, that was not an intentional act to trip, so
right.
That was perfectly.
Yeah, it's his leg there.
Miami still yet to convert on 3rd down. They need one. Fletcher, nothing. They're getting no more.
Oh, on that defensive line. You'll see eventually Fisher's able to work his way around. But look at that wall, just nowhere to go. Keep in mind, they are going to go for this.
Down, Signetti had that arched eyebrow, and then his defense made the stop. Fletcher, left side, pushing, working hard.
Second first down of the game. 8 offensive linemen, if you include the guys they brought in at fullback and tight end. 8 offensive, I mean, just a couple inches.
Replay did look like the ball had gotten that mark by the time he hit the ground. First down throw, and wide open is C.J. Daniels. Finally.
And a great job here, and we'll be able to work this levels concept. Here's Daniels right here. He's just working to that second level. He's able to get around more the safety, and a heck of a job there from a timing standpoint by Carson Beck. Got back, had confidence. He had Malachi Toney underneath.
Beck hoping he can build on that 25-yard gain. Toney on the edge. Signetti said they'd have multiple plans. Me and Brian Haynes.
The defense, they take away the explosives. They make you earn it.
Fletcher to the left side.
But this guy is 173 pounds, 5'9". He just goes right around the offensive lineman. I don't know if they didn't see him. They just ignored him. He's a little guy. Don't worry about him. He goes around him, gets little to worry about.
Here's a 3rd and 8. Miami really not in solid field goal range. Quick pitch. Keelan Marion makes the catch. He's spun down. Field goal here against Notre Dame in the opener. That was from 47. This is from 50. And it doinks off the right upright. That's
thinking about trying to get in the field goal range themselves. They're going to work the clock and just get out of here.
They hand it off to Hemby. Powers forward. Mendoza from the pocket, low throw, catch made right.
Just trying to get closer.
Miami's playing it like it's a Hail Mary. They're way off those receivers, and that's what Mendoza's thinking as he steps back and launches into heavy traffic near the pylon, and it's going to be in the stats. Into the play here. Becker working with Jacoby Thomas, who does make the grab, but well out of bounds.
Really just dominated, but look at that, 2.1 seconds. That ball's out of his hands.
The first down run, hit behind the line, fall.
Practical mistakes. I need you guys to be detailed, disciplined.
Mendoza looking to throw on 2nd and 10. He'll be sacked. Drop.
Lack thereof right here. Look at how tight this coverage is. That's different than what we saw in the first half where they gave up a ton of cushion. And now when you play tight like that, Mendoza, see how he wants to get the ball out of his hands? But to get home.
Yeah, that was not 2.1 seconds. That was longer that he held the ball. Now they're just going to try to run for it on 3rd and long. And Black, did he get a face mask?
Sure looked like it. First series of the second half, it's about to be a 3-and-out after that sack. Indiana's just going to run and just kind of basically concede the series. And instead, a hustle play by Blunt just gets his left hand up into the...
Cignetti hoped and believed that was going to be an edge tonight. His team playing more disciplined. The first down run by touch your jacket, Holly, with that hand. That's kind of a growing trend, that liquid chalk. Mendoza rolls, moves the pocket, delivers a downfield play, and it's incomplete again.
Yeah, he's looking downfield. You know, I think he missed an open receiver with Omar Cooper. He looks downfield to Surratt. But Cooper, tight coverage with Keontae Scott. It's a good matchup. He goes down. He keeps his feet. He's wide open again.
Mendoza needs 9 here. Has time, now running out of it as Bain chases him down and makes the sack.
To try to create a one-on-one, so this will occupy the guard, and now you've got a one-on-one matchup to the outside. That was Lightfoot. Evans ends up blocking nobody, so instead of being able to kick out 62 to have 2 guys on Bain, it's a one-on-one matchup, good against Carter.
He needs to go off the board before Ruben Bain. That's what I want to know.
I'm with you.
I know you need quarterbacks often, but you need pass rushers too. This is Toney. Malachi Toney. Long kick. Gave him a chance to get momentum before the last Hoosier drive. Takes over at the 38. Back. Across the middle. Not much after the catch. They'll give Toney a 5-yard gain anytime. Great job corralling number 10. Not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the foot race. Miami touchdown.
Watch 87. You're going to get a great block here, but 87, Bauman does a nice job of sustaining his block. Look at 7 as well. C.J. Daniels. These receivers from Miami do a heck of a job of blocking and allowing an 8 or 10-yard gain to go for 15, 20, or more. Just keeps that corner sharp outside, and then Fletcher does such a good job of getting downhill. So 20 yards rushing in the entire first half and 57 on that carry alone.
Longest run of Fletcher's career. Suddenly.
Seat in the house, and he sure did for that touchdown, Chris.
Beautiful stuff, Molly. Indiana back to work. Hemby breaking tackles. Still running. And out of
it as well.
Hemby a quiet night. Only 8 yards until that 15-yard burst. Left side. Spun down. Hemby again. Off the right side. Picks up. He's not in there to anchor the middle of this D-line on 3rd and 3. Mendoza looks to throw, gets it out, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Surratt headed 4th and 3 at their 47, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, really good job of seeing it with Mendoza on 3rd down. Keontae Scott brought the blitz on his left side, right over top of Surratt. He saw it. Surratt does the right thing, is sitting down, right, give him a big target, just never quite.
Fletcher right back out there. They feed him. Crimson jerseys surround him. Offensive coaches call it junking up the front. Nick Saban thought Miami's O-line would be well equipped to handle that, but it's been a challenge tonight. Across the middle, Daniels can't come up with it.
A matchup that they like, and they got the matchup that they do like. Daniels going up against Sharp. It's a bang-bang play. You can. Bill gave us the clean, like it's okay.
Just good. Indiana after a strong defensive stop. From the 43, Mendoza pressured again, and he will go down again.
And it has been the entire second half, 72. He just goes around him. Again, you get caught up with Ruben Bain in that spot, but they're moving these defensive linemen around to try to create matchups that are more favorable. He almost did that kind of that frog jump almost with his left hand on the football.
2nd and 18. Leon Black powers forward and still running hard. Gets back most.
That's why you'll see they get behind the sticks. They still get behind that offensive line, and these backs just keep moving their feet, bouncing around, trying to hide.
Miami doesn't bring extra pressure this time, and the ball is out. Surratt tried to make one of those back shoulder corners.
Yeah, they're tightening up the coverage. Frederic here, watch again. Watch him. He's almost expecting that back shoulder fade. Bill, what are your thoughts on this one? He's been handsy most of the night.
Both of them, though. Both of them are grabbing. I didn't want to repeat that. Yes.
Toney back. He'll catch the ball at the 5. Risky move. Spun down after a 2-yard. 4 receptions, all of them short. Option 1 is Mark Fletcher off the left side. Bulldozes, earns 3 yards. Some tempo from the Hurricanes. Empty backfield on 2nd down. Beck looks left. Ooh, dangerous throw. Isaiah Jones was right there.
Yeah, let's watch Jones. Remember I said they don't bring in a nickel very often? Jones has to have that kind of versatility. He's playing out in space like a nickel. He blitzes the quarterback a lot. He's able to get pressure.
Team's receivers concede very little. Pressure for Beck up the middle. Gets it out. Toney's got the ball, but not enough. Wrestled.
Fisher deserves some of this credit as well. Watch him walked up tight showing blitz. Now he drops. Now he's looking for the potential to make a play, and he knows exactly who wants to be able to, where they want to get the ball, and that's to Fletcher. Great job there of just, or Toney rather, great job of just kind of anticipating that, the connect.
To let Moore get there. So Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked! In the end, it blocks the punt and falls on it for a touchdown! Isaiah Jones on the recovery!
Guy, because there's so much pressure to make plays. Comes around that right side. Miami has they got personal protectors there. 87, Bauman just kind of lets him go by. Look at 87, he's right there. Just lets him go by. I don't even think they're in an all-out effort to go get this. I just think he worked around the corner, realized he was in there, and got his left hand in there to be able to knock it down. Jones jumps on top of it for the touchdown.
Again, mom played tennis at Miami. Dad won a national championship in Miami in his freshman year in crew. But mom on Beck's face. The job just got a lot harder. Very slow developing play. Wanted to take a shot downfield. Flips it down to Fletcher instead, and Fletcher fights for 8.
Keep everything in front. He missed Malachi Toney. If he would have just looked into the middle of that defense, he had him open.
Fletcher around the right end, breaks free. Fletcher still stepping out of tackles.
230 pounds as a tailback. There's that stiff arm with the length that he has, able to keep Fisher at bay. There's another great block by Malachi Toney. Another block there by Keelan Merritt, or actually IU defense.
He has a breather as Marty Brown comes in. They fake the pitch to him, and Beck pitches downfield, and it's incomplete. Broken up, beautiful.
Playing with zone eyes, he's able to respond and play. That looks like shoulder to shoulder to me, Bill. I don't see any contact at all.
No, he did launch up, but nothing to the head neck area. It looked like it was all in the shoulder.
Yeah, I'm so gun shy. I get so nervous when any defender makes a play on a receiver. I'm just waiting for a flag and see one there.
Worth mentioning that he's 5'9", 173. Plays with a ton of heart. Always will have a chip. Miami had been on a roll on 3rd downs in the last couple of games, but not tonight. 0 for 8 as Beck tries to scramble and create on the move. Steps back, still trying to buy time. Right downfield, Daniels works free. C.J. Daniels waited for his quarterback.
Working with his quarterback, C.J. Daniels. I want to try to show you where he is. He's right here, but watch this effort because his quarterback's going everywhere. He's to the right, he comes back to the left, and then he's finally able to separate and pull away from Sharp. And how about the job there by Carson Beck identifying where to go to the ball? We saw that against Ole Miss when he looked backside.
Now Beck. Screen and
of Moore. He's a true freshman. Maybe he runs his route not at the right depth, so the timing and
Toney comes in motion. They pitch it to him. He has a block. Malachi Toney takes off and races down to the.
About this a lot. The motion's important because it's going to create the space. But there's the block by 0 right there. Keelan Merritt. He was the hero last week, coming up with a bunch of big catches against Ole Miss, 7 for 114 and a touchdown, and now the unselfish approach. Boy, he looked more seconds.
Fletcher back in the game. He snap it at 2. They feed Fletcher off the left side. He plows for about 8 in these situations this year. Fletcher breaks free. Fletcher, tough to tackle lineman in there. 7-0 lineman and a tight end. Fletcher walks in. Miami touchdown. What a response. Hey, this is one of those moments. Black beginning to do a better job
to get Mesidor and Bain going.
Second down run again. Black bursting free. Just running through arm tackles.
I love how he runs so determined, running through arm tackles. The left tackle, Carter Smith, had his best block of the night, able to sustain it.
23, representative of the way Indiana has built this team with very experienced, well-traveled players. A dangerous throw.
Free access. Let's take it. It's an alert. Look at the reaction, how quickly 24 drove down on that football. Almost as if he's baiting him. If I go off, he's going to think he's open.
Mendoza. And there it is to the edge. Cooper has some blockers. Omar Cooper with his quick burst. Good help on the edge.
Trying to get enough defenders out there. You can see that they're kind of looking around, making calls. The problem is you got 3 against 2. 2 to be able to make the block, as you'd expect. Nowakowski's out there to be able to make that block. And, you know, much like we talk about on the other side with Toney, Cooper.
Indiana trying to answer Miami's answer. Off the play fake, Mendoza will take off.
Strategy here. 37, Nowakowski comes down. And there's just, you know, there's just a bust on that right side of the offensive line. I don't know if they were trying to just kind of bait Bain to maybe collapse and hit that slide route quickly to Cooper, but the play just comes
tonight for Indiana. They're trying to survive it. There's a second down run from Hemby. Bangs forward. Wrestle down. Mendoza delivers downfield. Cooper didn't see the football.
You know, Keontae Scott and Connor, they switch at the last second. In fact, Scott called for it to be a switch, and that doesn't show it as much, but I was watching it live. He grabbed onto the shoulder pad. Yeah, that's a definite hold right here.
Of a gamble. A lot of coaches would punt Miami deep. Mendoza, ball in his hands. Sideline pitch. Becker comes back to make a catch.
Back shoulder. They do it all the time. Surratt usually makes these plays. Becker's showing you he's got the ability as well against O'Connor. Timing, the ball was in the air. He comes back perfectly. Look at those hands by Becker. Inbounds for the big first.
Single drop all season. That's where you go to him on 4th and 5.
Right.
Black. What a play. Pitch and catch by the Heisman Trophy winner to the receiver. Black. In the heavy traffic, it'll set up 3rd. And it punches it in. Huge. Double digits again. Mendoza. Across the middle. Too high. Trying to find. Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and go diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's why he won the Heisman Trophy.
And the offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan, quarterback draw. He definitely breaks the plane, holds on to the football for a touchdown. What an individual.
Touchdown, Indiana back up 10.
Unreal, follows his blockers. Drew Evans leads his way in there. He also gets behind Kalon Black, but really, it was about...
E&T connected clicker can.
Yeah, let's check this out. Again, you're going to get a great block here and a great block here. But watch how the safeties shoot down. Watch how they try to help out. There's the good blocks. Look at this safety right here coming down. Look how this safety is late. That's Jacoby Thomas. If Jacoby Thomas pulls down the way Poyser is, then he doesn't have as many much area to be able to run, eventually build up that momentum and get into the end zone. But converting a 4th and 5, they go for it on 4th and 4 on that drive alone. It's a 2-possession game.
When Mendoza paid the price, Kirk, he took a shot before he went airborne, and then he took another shot as he was in the air before landing in the end zone. From the goal line, flips short, Toney breaks free. Malachi Toney, always so down.
Not being impatient, trying to force it, just checked it down, got 8 yards.
Miami playing, obviously, with tempo, down 2 scores. What an enormous field position on this possession. Can't afford to grind out a long drive here. Back all kinds of time. Fires downfield, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Keel.
8. You can see he's back there holding the ball forever because there's just nobody open. Everybody's covered. Finally, Marion just decides to try to work with him.
Cougars before landing here. 2nd and 10. Beck backpedals, launches downfield. That's Marion again, and comes back and tried to make a catch. They're ruling complete.
Kind of backhands the ball, and I think he initially caught it, and then as he went to the ground, I think the ball pops out and hits the surface. Watch him backhand that, and then the ball gets loose. I looked at first when he went up that he somehow came down with it right there, and then it came out.
Beck has time against the late rush, and he delivers a strike. Alex.
That motion just sat right behind the linebackers. He put it right over top of them.
Beck again delivers across the middle. It's Toney. Malachi Toney splitting defenders and weaving his way deep into Hoosiers.
And I really think this tempo is affecting the communication of Indiana. This is a disciplined defense that very rarely gives you very much to work with as far as the spatial recognition there by Carson Beck. He's not used to seeing that. They've done such a good job of taking away Malachi Toney downfield with
41-yard play. Hoosiers did a great job early on containing number 10. Now he's getting loose. Beck off the hands of Fletcher.
Instead of just giving up on the play, he was determined to try to at least get some positive yards, try to sneak it in to Fletcher. Toney in the backfield there.
He's got it on the pitch. Toney breaks free. Malachi Toney spinning, scoring! Is there a more exciting player in this sport? This championship, just throwing punches and taking punches from each other. Malachi Toney makes it a 3-point game again. 6:37 left. Hemby fights. Be off the right side. Falls forward to the
Nowakowski, 37, and watch what he does to be able to hold the point. Just throws him. It's almost like he gets fed up with him.
Cooper comes across in motion, now goes back. Mendoza rolls that way. Pitches it short. Nice play design. Cooper just enough to confuse.
No surprise that the defense didn't respond better to Cooper. You can see there's confusion. They're trying to get on the same page. Nobody. Little yo-yo back and forth. They didn't communicate. Lucky they didn't get a penalty there out of bounds. But see how the defense, the secondary, doesn't respond to this. Again, once again, 3 Indiana receivers.
Conversion. Cooper in motion again. They feed Black off the left side. They'll take that gain on first down. Picked up 5. Backfield. Black to the right of Mendoza on this 2nd down run. He's hitting the backfield, and he's dropped. That time for
hitting through, but they also walk a safety up. Watch Basaint here, but watch the safety. Because that safety showed up, it affected Pat Coogan, the center. He couldn't take both.
Some confusion. Need 2 in the play clock. Mendoza pitches downfield. Becker makes a catch again.
His best throw, but it's a heck of an effort by Becker. That's just a fade that's bringing him back. That's not a back shoulder at all. It was designed to be, but because Becker has such good feel for this.
Clock ticking at 2:21. Another first down run for Hemby. He's got the edge. Stiff arm scoop.
He made Watch him here. He wants to block this safety and make the corner have to tackle. Watch him kind of nonchalant. Now he goes for the safety. Huge collision. And force the corner to have to make that tackle. Great job right there by Omar Cooper. Jacoby Thomas, he didn't know what hit him.
Hemby is the back. Hemby bursting free, bangs forward for 10. Pro future.
Yep. Yeah, you see him on the far left. Just a little, tiny little movement.
First time they've been penalized in the second. Hoosiers can still finish the job here, though. Hemby. No. Not much. Maybe a half a yard.
Hope's alive.
Black. Nothing. He's stopped immediately. That was Wesley Bissett.
Climb up and get to those linebackers, but you see 31 and 1, both getting downhill, both able to stay clean because of the effort by those defensive linemen. So that little flinch by Carter Smith on 2nd 1. They're about to just take easy first down. The game is over. That flinch moves them back to 2nd and 6, eventually 3rd down, and now
field goal knocked right through. So Indiana took 4:50 off the clock. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
4-man rush. Beck. Pressured. Flips it underhanded there. Trying to find it to.
And he brings pressure, creates a one-on-one opportunity where Tucker usually is in the interior himself. He was outside, out wide. So they're moving some guys around with the versatility. There's 6, what I was talking about. And at 95, Tucker almost finishes.
Crowd loud again. Toney comes in motion. Beck looking the other way. And he threw it down the seam. Staggering.
After he threw this football, he gets hit. Bill, what do you think of that one?
I support the roughing.
Beck's got to regroup from that big blow and deliver. Miami's still 65 yards from the end zone. Underneath, Marty Brown's got it. Brown breaks a tackle. It's a 1st down.
Yardage, stop the clock.
Beck again, nobody open. And fires. High ball, catch made. Beck, long pitch to the sideline. Catch made by Daniels. Spun down inbounds. Brown is the back. Beck steps up. Delivers downfield. Intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship. And it was Sharp who spotted the football.
Yeah, I think he might see middle field safety thinking he's got one-on-one right here. So as he throws it, the safety's going to work over here to help out. Now it's a 2-on-1. The corner knows he has help so he can trail. Doesn't feel the urgency to have to stay upfield with Marion. He knows the safety's coming over. Now he locates the football, staying in zone. Indiana's been doing this all year. That's why they're #1 in turnover margin. They play with zone. Quarterback throw the ball so they can react. It's exactly what Sharp did. And as I say, his teams in college football history at the start of the year to now, the national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.